Hello everyone, today I am going to show you how to make this crochet clasp purse. This clasp purse can be used to store coins or small jewelries or accessories or anything as you wish. Now Pradhan Embroidery Store is selling this clasp, one in dull gold color, silver in color. The clasp is 4 inches in size. It's really lightweight, but it's very sturdy and the holes are provided so you can easily sew into the purse. The pattern I'm using here is zigzag heart patterns. You can use whatever your favorite pattern as you wish. You can also use daisies or simple SE stitches to make a purse and decorate with appliques. Important tip for making the clasp purse is the base of the purse diameter should be same as the diameter of the clasp. The base can go more or less than 0.5 centimeter, but it's really important to do the exact size so the purse can't go wobbly. So let's get started. Materials I'm using here is Anchor 4-ply knitting cotton 4060, one in lighter shade for the main body, another one is darker shade for making hearts, clasp 4 inches, a pair of scissors, some stitch markers, a darning needle and knit pro hook 3 mm. First I am going to start the base in rounds. I start with 12 daisies in a loop. You can also use magic circle, but here I am using a simple loop. I am doing 4 chains and slip stitch to the first chain to form a loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, and within this loop I am going to do 12 daisies. 1, 2. I am doing 2 chains. This chain is act as the first daisies and I'll continue doing 11 daisies inside the loop. For daisies, yarn over, insert through the loop, pull through first 2 loops and pull through last 2 loops. This will form as the daisy, and I'll continue doing 10 daisies inside the loop. After finishing 12 daisies, I am gonna do slip stitch on the top of the first 2 chain and form a ring. This is the round 1. Next I am gonna round 2. For that I am gonna do 24 daisies. 2 daisies in each of the daisies. So 1, 2 chain. This will act as the first daisy and the two daisies in the same stitch. One, 2 in the next stitch. 1, 2, next stitch. After making 24 daisies, slip stitch to the top of the 2 chains. Now the round 2 is finished. For round 3, I am gonna make 1 daisies in the first stitch and 2 daisies in the next stitch. 1 daisy in the first stitch and 2 daisies in the second stitch. One daisy, 2 daisy. Repeat it through the end of the row to form 36 stitches. 1 DC, 2 DCs. After finishing 36 DCs, I'm gonna slip stitch to the top of the first 2 chains. This will form 36 DCs, and for the round 4 I'm going to do 48 DCs. For that, 1 DC in the first stitch, 1 DC in the second stitch, and 2 DCs in the third stitch. 1 DC in the first stitch, 1 DC in the second stitch, 2 DCs in the third stitch. One DC in the first stitch, 1 DC in the second stitch, and 2 DCs in the third stitch. Repeat until the row to form 48 DCs. 1 DC in the first stitch, 1 DC in the next stitch, and 2 DCs in the last stitch. After completing 48 DCs, I'm gonna slip stitch at the top of the 2 chains. After finishing the 4 rounds, I stop here and check the diameter of the base is same as the diameter of the clasp. Yes, it is. The base have completed. Next, I'm gonna do the body of the purse. For that, I'm using the same 48 DCs in the front loop to form a basket-like shape. I'll show you. One DC and next DC in the front loop. Do 48 DCs in each of the DCs in front loop. You can see the body of the purses. You can see the body is coming like a basket in shape. After doing 48 DCs, slip stitch to the first chain to complete the round. Now you can see it's coming like a basket in shape. Now we are going to do the hearts. For that you have to change the color. I am taking red color for the hearts. First, I am doing a 3 DC cluster. One, two, three. 3 chains, and this will make the first DC, and do the second DC on the same stitch. Yarn over, insert, pull through first 2 loops, and do not pull through the last loops. Instead, keep them on the hook and do the third DC on the same loop, same stitch. Yarn over, insert first 2 loops. Now we have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull through all the loops. This will form the one side of the heart. Chain 2 and repeat the same 3D cluster. Yarn over, insert, pull through first 2 loops and keep the 2 loops on the hook. Do the second DC, yarn over, insert on the same stitch. Pull through first 2 loops, keep the 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, insert, pull through first 2 loops. Now we have 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all the loops. Now we will have a whole heart. Now chain 2 and do the next heart by skipping 5 stitches on the previous row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the 6th stitch I am going to do the second heart. So yarn over, doing the 3 DC cluster, yarn over, insert, pull through first 2 loops, keep the loops on the hook, yarn over, insert, pull through first 2 loops. Do not pull through the loops and you have to do the third DC, yarn over, insert, pull through first 2 loops. Now we have 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all the loops and chain 2 and do another 3D cluster. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all the loops. This is the second heart. Now chain 2 and skip the 5 stitches and do the third heart on the 6th stitch. Now we have to continue doing hearts on this row. Totally we will have 8 hearts. After doing 8 hearts, chain 2, skip 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and slip stitch to the top of the first DC. Now cut the yarn, secure it tightly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I am taking the lighter shade again. I am doing SC on the top of the heart. This is the top of the heart. I am doing a SC. One SC and chain 2 and skip first and last DCs, and in between the 3 DCs you have to do 3 HDC. Yarn over, skip first DC, on second DC yarn over, pull through all the loops. This will form the HDC. Yarn over, insert and pull through all the loops, yarn over, insert and pull through all the loops. and you have to do the 2 chains again and SC on the top of the heart. Continue to the last heart. 2 chains. Leave the first DC, 3 HDZ on the next DC, 1, 2, 3, and chain 2 and do the slip stitch on the top of the first SC. Now we finish the 7 rows, and for the 8th round I am going to do 1 DC on top of the heart and another DC, the 2 chain space, and 3 DCs on the top of the 3 HDC. One, 2, 3, and do 1 DC in the chain 2 space, and 1 DC on the 1 SC, 1 DC in chain 2 space, and 3 DC in the top of the 3 HDC. Continue till the end of the row. Do the last DC in the chain 2 space, and you have to put a slip stitch on the first DC, cut the yarn, and finish off the row. Now we finished the 8 rounds. Again I am taking the red yarn for the hearts. You have to do hearts in zigzag pattern, so you shouldn't start from here. Instead you should skip the first 3 DCs. On the 4th DC you have to continue the hearts. You can see it's in between the 3 DC. You can see the previous row 1, 2, 3. In between the row you have to start the heart for the zigzag pattern. 3D cluster. Two chain, 3D cluster on the same stitch. You have to do 2 chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you skip 5 stitches, when you do the hearts on the 6th stitch, You can see the heart lies between the two hearts from the previous row, two hearts in between. Likewise, you continue till the end of the row and you have to repeat the same 6, 7 and 8 rows 3 times to form the purse. Okay, after repeating 6, 7 and 8 rows 2 times, I'll have 14 rounds in total, and having 3 rows of hearts, I stop here and I measure the purse 3.5 inches in height. You can also increase the height, but I'm stopping here. Now flip the purse. You can see the threads. Take a needle and you secure the threads by inserting into the DC. You can also knot the through 2 threads to secure it well. So after securing all the knots tightly, I flip it again and that's it. I have done the purse. And the next part is sewing the purse into the clasp. So check out the next video for the finishing. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask in the comment section. Thank you. Bye.